Sorry, guys. I was texting back my son. Hold on one second. I'm actually texting you. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. Are we ready? Well, we're gonna wait a minute and see if somebody, wait, let people come in. Hey, Susan, did you eat something? Let's see. Oh God, it's so funny when you go off of live. That's why I try not to put them too close to each other. When you go off of live, and then you got like an hour, it seems like it go by so fast. And I was sitting there watching Key in her live, and I was like, oh, and I looked up 1 minute, it was 6:18. The next minute, it was 6:34. I said, wait a minute, time is flying. Yeah, then my son texts me. I'm trying to figure out, is he saying he's coming back tonight? I have no idea. But yeah, okay, let's see. He said, okay, yeah, he said he's coming back. I was trying to see, what is he saying? What is he saying? Kids will be, I'm on my way. Then 4 hours later, be like, I'll be there in a few minutes. You'll be like, you said you were. Because they still at the age where nobody's time is important but theirs. You know how that goes. Okay. Okay. So we got some questions. I'm just waiting for someone to come in. What you saying, guys? Sorry, that's me. In the beginning, I'm texting. Now I'm trying to read the chat. Hold on. Hey, Wind Whispers. Yeah, like I said, it's funny because every time I just was pulling up the questions I had for tonight for Have You Ever? And I'm like, I just read two questions. I'm like, I have. I have. Guilty, 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 guilty. But just some fun. Like I said, have you ever music games, real conversations, topics on what's going on around here in areas that we met in, we are in, we're parts of. Those are things that we definitely will be a part of during the week. Always. Always. But in a safe place. In a safe place. It's like I tell my children when they were young, like I am a safe place. Even when I don't want to hear it, even when I don't agree, I'm here to listen and I'm here to guide you. And I'm here to be here. But see, with my children, there's a difference. I'm here to guide you. I'm as adults, and as building relationships, I'm not here to guide you. I'm here to be me. And then hopefully we empower each other, we uplift each other, we build each other up. So if we doing that, we winning. I guess we guiding each other. My son, I promise you, I texted him earlier and every response was so short. Now I'm on here. He doesn't even know that I'm on here yet because I didn't say. I just said that right now I'm on a live. But before that's like, okay, here he goes, back to back to back text. He's texting back to back to back now. Suddenly, kids, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. Okay, let's start some. Have you ever? Have you ever? Have you ever been a guest at a surprise party? That's a simple one. Yes, I have been a guest at a surprise party, but honestly, I felt like the person knew. But I have been a guest at a surprise party. I'll take that out. Something's going on with that earphone. That noise inside of it is driving me. Oof. Have you ever? Yes, yes. Hold on, let me see what you're saying there. You know, you know, I have to look to see. Guilty as charged. Yes, I'm telling you, I have. I've been. So these are easy ones. Good one. Good start. Good start, gang. Have you ever been a get? Okay, we did that one. Have you ever appreciated a sunset? Always. When I catch a sunset, and honestly, um, the best sunsets I've ever caught was being on the highway. So getting on the road at like 4 in the morning and catching the suns, catch not 4 in the morning, in the evening, being on the highway and catching the sunset then is the most beautiful sunset I've ever caught. Or catching the sunset, like I said, once again on the road. Like you're on the E-way, you're driving and you're just watching it. You know what I mean? You're watching it get to its peak, then just be like, hey, I'm out of here. I'll catch y'all later. And where it's setting here, knowing that somewhere else is getting ready for it to set, and somewhere else is getting ready, and then somewhere is getting ready for it to rise. The same sun I'm watching set, somewhere someone's watching it rise. I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. But the best sunset I've ever seen was on the road, just driving on the road, getting in at night. Like even when we just came in from Georgia, a couple of months ago when I just came in with my sister, man, we caught in Indianapolis, we caught the most beautiful sunset ever. And it was wide open. It was nothing but fields and fields of cows and, farms. And it was wide open. And all you could see was it, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I caught some video of it. I'm actually some of pictures because I don't remember if I caught the complete thing, but I know I caught some of it. I think I even posted one as a short. But yeah, oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Sorry, just thinking about a sunset. Have you ever been in a fist fight? Yes, I am. Wait a minute, guys. Hold on. How did I get into banners? Okay, here we go. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Nobody wants to be in a fist fight. You don't wake up and say, "Oh, I just feel like fighting." Not only do I want to use my fist, but I want somebody to use theirs against me. But I have been in a fist fight, so I'm not going to justify it. I'm not going to talk about it, but I have more than once. But I've been in one. Let me see who else can join me in that one. Mm-hmm. You plead the fifth. I definitely, like I said, I have been in one more than once, But like I said, sometimes you can end up in a fist fight because I'm not gonna let somebody put their hands on me. Once you put your hands on me, I guess that's what you were asking for. And then when my boundaries are crossed, I try not to be too close to a person because that'll make you hit. And if I hit, they should hit back. So I have. As an adult, nah, I'm too grown for that. Have you ever been on TV? I have. I was on, America to Me. I was on there with my son. Me and my youngest son were definitely parts of the documentary. And so, yes, I've been on TV. So, my answer to that one is yes. Yes, I've done it. But in my dreams and in my beliefs of what my life will bring, is I will have shows on TV, not be on TV. And I'm not ashamed of even that because even in doing the documentary, I feel like it was to show somebody. Because by the time the documentary aired, I went from being homeless as far as Homeless is bigger than you're laying on the streets. There are people staying in people's houses paying rent who are declared homeless, or doubling up. Um, and it was by the time the documentary was over, and they were doing like recap videos with you or interviews with you. I was in my own home that I was renting, of course, but I was in the house, so it wasn't the same as to show people that it can get better. Even in the fight. So instead of being embarrassed, I want to be encouraging. So somebody walking. So yes, I was on TV. Let's see who else was, because I want to know what you was on. Nee, no thank you. The next time you do that, you're gonna have to go into the game. Because people can walk back. Oh, he has to go into the class. Hold on. Yeah, he's trying it. Somebody walked past and he just say that's what he's barking at. No, thank you, sir. He gonna try it. He gonna try it. Nino, people can walk down the hallway. They aren't bothering us. They're not bothering us, sir. They bothering him. He said, "Don't say they're not bothering us because they bothering me. How dare they walk down the hallway?" That's why even when I think about a place to stay, I also think like I don't want to be too close or up on people, because then that'll mess with him where he feels he has to sit up, he has to protect, he has to be unable to go outside. But he has to live amongst humans. And let me get back to this game before me and get into an argument. I'm eating flaming hot and salt and vinegar chips. But I'm not eating the regular flaming hots. I'm eating the black bag, the extra hot. My son's talking about how hot it is. It is. It's so hot that when you come inside your room or inside of a place, you like, I need a sweater. But when you outside, you dare to walk out this door and get into that same sweater. You're like, I am burning up. Okay, have you ever been on TV? Have you ever been to a theater? Yes, I think most of us have done that. I see they're trying to hit us with some super simple ones. So my answer could be yes to everything. Like, yeah, Danny, this is right up your alley, just simple stuff. Have you ever went to sleep? You know what I mean? Like simple stuff. Have you ever broken a bone? I have broken several bones, but they were all in my toes. I told you all I broke like 3 toes at one time, and I finally went when I broke the third one because the one was broken, and I was playing with the kids and I slid into the chalk wall because it was a wall turned into a chalkboard, and that when that happened, I was like, I can't ignore, because most of us don't realize that with the toes, there's so many bones in your foot and then in your toes. So many of us have broke a bone in your toe and didn't go to a hospital. Have you ever broken up with someone? Yes. The question should be like, have you ever broken up with someone and regretted it? Yes, would be my answer. It'd be a double yes. It's like, oh, yes, and yes again. Double yes, that one. Have you ever been showering and had someone throw ice water on you? No. Oh, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. And me and my sister were real big at throwing water on each other, just in these random moments. It didn't matter if we had to mop it up in the kitchen. Like, we were real good at just showering. I mean, I used to watch Truth or Dare, and they slime you and all these challenges, Double Dare. Oh, they just blacked out and came back in. But yeah, so but no, no one's ever thrown ice. Ooh, there we go. There we go. I'm like, it's coming back because the comments froze. So I knew then I was frozen. Then the screen went black. Sorry about that, guys. But no, no one's ever thrown ice water me on me in the shower. But I did do the ice water challenge. That was definitely something I jumped in. I did do that one, but whoo, the thought of somebody throwing that cold water on me while I'm showering and singing up a storm. Because I'm one of those people who think I can sing when I'm in the shower. Definitely. And when my headphones are on, both ears. I definitely think I can sing. Okay, the next question. Oh, that flaming hot went down the wrong way. Sorry, guys. Have you ever tried to burp the alphabet? I have definitely tried to burp words. And it was more when I was younger than as an adult because, that part of you, I was one of those people who, when I was a teenager, be like, I don't watch cartoons. I'm too old for cartoons. You know what I mean? I don't play with dolls. So that fun stuff you do, like burp and whoopee cushions under people. I was like, I'm too old to be burping the alphabet. But these days, I'm just like, if that's what I felt, that's what I would do. But I've tried to burp words, but I've never burped the alphabet. Right, cold water in the shower. Those are fighting words. Those are definitely, we go from laughing to what the. And just who's throwing this water? Is it my mate? Because who's coming in while I'm naked in the shower? That's when you know you're too old. You breaking the question down. Have you ever been in an earthquake or a tornado? So I'm gonna say no, yes, because a few years back, maybe like 2007, something like that, in that area, like 2006, 2007. Anyway, um, I woke up and my boyfriend kept swearing that he woke me up. I don't know how you didn't feel that jar, something jarred us. It was like an earthquake. I'm like, we in Chicago. Like, there's no way we had an earthquake, but he swore by it. And when I've happened to be in like LA or something, I've never witnessed an earthquake or a tremor, so I must say no. And with the tornado, where I'm at in the Midwest, we get a lot of so tornadoes have touched down in areas, but they got to be open. We have too many buildings and sky rises, so we catch the storm all the time. Like, I've lived way south, where you close to Indiana, and Indiana is getting hit, and so you catch the storms, the lightning, the thunder, and the blackouts, the winds. You catch that, but actually being in a tornado, no, I haven't. I mean, yesterday we had the tornado sirens were going off, and we had a hell of a storm. I captured some good, like showing how it went from one thing to a whole nother sky, and there were parts of the sky that kind of looked like a tornado sky. So you felt it was real close. And then places out here close to where I'm at, like Westchester, Bellwood, they got hit hard. They got hit hard. So they were uprooting trees, tearing out windows, um, took a roof off. It hit, but to actually say I was in a tornado where we saw the funnels, no, no, I can't say. So I'm gonna put that answer as no for me. I'm gonna have to put a strong no on that one. Let me see if you all have been in one. Oh wow, you've been in hurricanes. Yeah. When I think of like some of the best places to live, I start thinking about the natural disasters they get. And I'm like, like I love Florida, but depending on like where I'm at. Then like California, years ago they used to say California was gonna get hit with this super earthquake. That's my birth state. I'm born there. I hold a 559 social. I'm LA, UCLA Hospital. You know what I mean? I get my birth certificate from there. That's my city and state. California is my state forever. Los Angeles will always be special to me. And I always say I was born there because I'm gonna be a star. I've been saying that since I was a kid because I'm gonna be a star. And I used to think I wanted to be a movie star or a rapper or some kind of athlete. And it was none of those. It was none of that. It wasn't that part of a star. It's many parts of a star. Um, but yeah, uh, thinking of them earthquakes and tornadoes and hurricanes and don't get me to places where they got volcanoes. Oh no, no, no. And some of the most beautiful places though. Have you ever gone skinny dipping? No, I think we've had a question like this, like would you ever go, or it had to be have you ever, but would you ever go skinny dipping? Have you ever gone skinny dipping? My answer is no, but I'm not here to say I wouldn't. There's just the confidence in being able to just jump up in there and say, hey, I'm free. I'm out. See me, here I am. Oh, this next one. I hate to even be honest, but I must. Have you ever fallen downstairs? Yes. Yes. Guys, I am super clumsy. I am super clumsy. And sometimes I tell myself when I found out about my eye and having keratosoma, I told myself, well, maybe that explains like my clumsiness or tripping over things that most people would have saw. Like maybe it will, but I don't know. I just think I'm clumsy. I think I got two left feet. My mom doesn't have keratosoma, but she definitely she definitely is clumsy too. She's not clumsy as much as she was, but yeah, she's clumsy too. So I don't know. I might have got it honestly. I might have just got it honestly, but I've definitely not down like flights of stairs, but I definitely took a. Oh, now many have done this one where you think it's one step left, but it's like two. So you step like you're stepping completely down, and then I've done that one a couple of times. I've tripped upstairs. Okay, and going up the stairs. Don't get me started. Have you ever lied about not doing something you were supposed to do? Um, I'm sure. I'm sure I have. My main problem with me is that when you ask me, I have to tell you the truth. I've learned how to tell the truth a little nicer or with more empathy in it or whatever, but I just can't even lie no more. So, I'm not the type to say, have you ever cheated on him? Because I might start it off with a question, but the lie I can't do because I'm just afraid that when it comes to the light that you're gonna hold against me how I sat there and lied to you. So I'm like, I'm a gonna plead the fifth. Have you ever swam in ice cold water? No. It is funny. We had this question on another one. And I told you all that we have the whole little Eskimo swimming that people do when the ice gets ready to break after the winter, and they jump in. And I've always had respect for it, even since I was a kid. I don't even know if they still do it, but it was like a polar bear jump or a polar bear swim out here. Nope, nope. I can applaud you, but me jumping in some ooh. I told y'all I'm still at the sauna when I go to the when I go to the sauna, I'm still trying to get with sitting in the ice water. You know, they have the nice hot ones, and they tell you what each one does, and they swear there's some good properties for like if you had pain or swelling for these ice. And I just think to put my body in some. When I think of pool, when you go to the pool and the water's cold, I literally have to jump in the water, get all the way in it, just so I can get in it. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get in. I can't go toe for toe. Oh, my foot's in now. Oh, my ankle's in. No, I got to jump in this water, let it get all over my body. So when I come out of it, it's the cold water on the heat. Think. But other than that, nope, I won't get in the water. So with that jacuzzi, I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? Just fall in here and get all the way under it? Because if I try to go leg first, the rest of my body is gonna say, "Why would you want to be that cold?" So me jumping in a ice pond swimming, oh, no. I could just feel my muscles giving out right now. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's get to some more. Okay. Have you ever played hooky from school? Um, Several times. I have. I have. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. You can ask that question 900 ways, and my answer is going to be yes each time. Have you ever missed a like? Have you ever missed a class? Have you ever lied about where you were to get out of going to a class? Have you have you missed a test because you weren't in class? Have you played hooky? Did you ditch a class? The answer is yes. Yes, guilty. Have you ever missed a flight? One time, and I swear to y'all, that one time was too many. Oh, I do not like missing a flight. So when I went to Virginia, we were doing something at the at one of the the historically black colleges uh, in Virginia, and it was my first time going to Virginia. So the whole thing was I was excited that I was taking an early flight, and then I had a flight out at like noon the next day. So I'm like, I'm gonna take advantage. I'm gonna spend the day going around, seeing a little bit of Virginia, and then I'm gonna go to the event, and then afterwards get something to eat, just chill at the hotel. I had a whole plan. So my flight was supposed to leave from O'Hare at like 7:30 in the morning. Well, when I got up that morning, my god brother was staying with me. And when I got up, he was in his room like moaning and groaning like he was in pain. So I came over there. I said, "Hey, you okay?" He said, "I just don't feel right. You know, my chest feel kind of tight." I said, "Your chest feel kind of tight?" He said, "Yeah, my chest feel kind of tight." I said, "Well, I'm getting ready to leave to get on the train, to go to the airport. But I don't want to leave, and you like that. Why don't you, do you need to call an ambulance?" And most men, no, no, I don't need to do that. So I went ahead, took a shower, got dressed. I came back over to his room right before I was getting ready to leave. I had my book bag on my back, and I'm getting ready to leave. I walk over, and he's like kneeling on the floor, like kneeling in front of his bed. And I know people who have had a heart attack, and when they did, they were on the toilet or they were kneeling or they were trying to find his way of comfort. And so I was like, oh, this don't sit right. So I called the ambulance myself. And so now I'm like, I can't leave till they get here. So they get here, they take him. And as soon as he get in, I'm like, I gotta go. I kid you or not, I am going through TSA and my plane is flying away, and I missed my plane. But luckily, I was able to tell them what happened and how, hey, they knew it because, like I said, once I came through TSA, I went up straight over to tell them how I just missed my flight, and I explained what happened. So they went ahead, and I didn't have to pay anything and catch the next flight. But the next flight was at like 4:30 p.m. Straight shot to Virginia. The event I had in Virginia was at 7 o'clock. So I had to take this flight, get to Virginia, get in an Uber, and take a Uber straight to the event. No shower. Now, mind you, all with my OCD, me not showering after get off a plane already throws me. It already so I never ever want to miss a flight because then I end up doing the event. The event went on to like 10. Left the event, went and got something to eat, went back to the hotel. The next morning, I'm tired because of the flight and everything else. I slept to about 7:38. When I got up, you really getting ready to go to the airport because you got a flight at noon. My flight was like 11:45. And my son had a flight at he had a flight a little later. He was like at 3, but he was going back to Texas. But yeah, never again. So yes, I've missed a flight, and I never plan to do that again, ever, ever. I don't care if I got another one. Oh, so it made it feel like so. I've done it where you've been on a plane, and within like 8 hours, I'm on a plane again. Like I've done that before more than once, and oh, it wears your body out. It wears you out. Have you ever drunk down an ex? Guilty. Guilty. I've done it and hung up. I've done it and went off. I've done it and spilled out my feelings because I felt like this was the time I had to because I was drunk and I felt like I could say what I wanted to say. I've done it though. I've done it. Guilty. Guilty. Ooh, have you ever gotten lost alone in a foreign country? No, that sounds scary. That sounds scary. Mm-mm. I don't want to get lost alone in my own country. I don't want to get lost. The thought of being lost in a whole nother place, oh, that I don't know or I'm not familiar with, and I'm not one of the, oh, that sounds scary. That sounds real scary, actually, when I think about it. Much don't scare me, but something like that sounds very scary. Have you ever bribed someone? Yeah, my kids. Yes, and I don't care how that's taken. Yes, my kids. So it was whether they was 2, 3, and you bribed them. Okay, you know what? We'll stop at McDonald's. So yeah, I've done it. Done it. Yep. Guilty. I'm not saying it's right, but at least I wasn't out bribing people for information or to do stuff for me or to. But I definitely bribed the kids. Definitely, definitely guilty. Have you ever used a fake ID? Have you ever used a fake ID? No, but honestly, in like 93, 94, those were very popular. And there was a spot I never named that you could go and get one. That was real popular. That was real popular. And then when I lived in Humble Park in 2005, it was, I believe it was Pilsen. And it was one of the areas where they busted out and found out about all this place that was doing fake IDs. Then I'm like, they still do fake IDs? I didn't know. I didn't have one, but I definitely knew people who had them. I definitely knew people who had them. I learned one thing: you need a fake ID. If you kept going in the store with adults in the same store and they could buy liquor, they would get so familiar with your face, you'd be able to go do it. Not a good thing, but it sure did work. But you just come in out, and I learned because the first time I came in the store without the people that normally got it, I came in there and I went up to the counter and I forget what I was getting, but they said, "Oh, you're not gonna get no whatever it was we drank back then. You're not gonna get no blah blah." I said, "You know what? I was gonna say no. Go ahead and run it." And to a point that when I turned 21, I came in there just not even thinking young people do dumb stuff. And I said, "Man, it's my birthday." He said, "Well, how old is you today?" I said, 21. He said, 21. I said, "Huh?" Because I had to think about it, huh? Huh? But I never had a fake ID. What up, Tenor Key? I was just watching your live. I almost came on here and did a whole nother live, but I had already scheduled to do Have I Ever. Have I Ever? But I'm just at this point right now where I'm like, if I'm gonna speak on it, I'm gonna speak on it. So you almost tempted me to have another whole nother live. A whole nother live. Well, how you doing, sis? We doing a Have You Ever? Okay. Have you ever clogged someone else's toilet? Okay, I'm gonna have to say yes, y'all. And look, if it was me, I'd say it was me. But Hold on, guys, because I just opened something that. Sorry. I'm gonna have to put a big fat yes in that one. And it wasn't me per se, but my son, when he was young, would hold his bowels, and then when he would go, he would always clog up somebody's toilet. Just if you didn't come, as nasty as this may sound, and break it down, it was clogging somebody's toilet. And so, yes, that has happened. Where now you the one in there plunging it, you the one in there getting some boiling hot water and doing it the way you used to do it. You the one grabbing some bleach and telling them go grab some Dawn soap because we put a little bit up in the toilet, then we plunge it a little bit in the suds. Maybe you don't learn the way. So guilty, 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 guilty. I told y'all it should be called Has Danny Ever? Yes, yes, yes. Who writing these questions? My mother? Let's see. What's the next one? Have you ever had to go to court? Yeah, I have. I have had to go to court. Yes, but here's what I can promise you. Just speaking for me, and this don't make me no better, no worse than nobody else. I ain't never went to court over nothing I did wrong. I done went to court over traffic. I done went to court over prosecuting somebody who took advantage of me. But I ain't never, you know what I mean? So I've been to court. I have been to court. I done been to jury duty, and I don't know, maybe I answered the question so I didn't have to, or maybe I answered them honestly and they said no, but I done been there. as deep in the courts as I've ever been. That's me in the courts right there. That's me in the court system. Have you ever crashed a wedding? No, and I never would. I never. Now, don't get me wrong. I used to love that song, "Congratulations," and Montel Jordan had a song too, and that's what he's singing about. And that he, at the end of it, he think about crashing the wedding, but really at the end of the video, he just standing outside singing and stuff. But nah, I ain't crashing your wedding. If you found something that you love enough to do that, I'm out. I'm out. Uh oh, y'all. This one, oh. Have you ever trolled somebody on social media, y'all? Let me tell y'all something. I'm a buck. Yes, I have. Yes, yes. Guilty. Guilty. Did it. Guilty. Yes, I have because I used to think that's how you got people. That's how you did to the people who was doing it. That's how you did them. Yeah, I trolled somebody on social media. Yep. Guilty. Guilty. Have you ever laughed so hard you peed your pants as an adult? No. I want that kind of laughter back. But I have laughed so hard, young, that I've literally started peeing on myself running to the bathroom because I couldn't stop laughing. I have done it before. Guilty. But as an adult, no. But I'd love to have a laughter that hard. Or just with that, but your bladder that full. I don't know which one you want to call it. Have you ever sent a sext message? Not a text message, but a sext one. Yes. I mean, you ain't never sent a text somebody and told them you wanted it, they could get it, you needed it, you're feeling like Jodeci. But if they mean the sex like a nudie, hell no, I don't trust people like that. I ain't never seen no nudie, but now if you talking sexual content in a text, guilty, guilty, guilty. If you talking send some nudies, send a G shot, no, no, I haven't, and I don't think nothing against nobody who has. I just think they'd have to invent a site that said we both had ownership and we needed to, it had to be something. If they want to see it, they come get it with me taking the pictures. No. So that's a yes, no. Yes, sexual words and talk. No, pictures. See, you have to. You sometimes with these, it's like I need a little more information, so I need to know what I'm saying yes to, guys. I'm like, yes, I sexed all the time. They like, oh, they meant nudies, and I'm like, no, I've never. I come from the era where people were still making videos. Hell no. And then the '90s really showed us like all these celebrities getting popped off. What you think the average Joe Blow? They done had your movie everywhere you don't know. After all, I told y'all I was so in love and so supportive and thought that was the way to fight when I was a subscriber of Tiger Tour. I really thought that was the way to fight. And it was like, if he don't fight this way, it's okay, I'll go fight it. He not a gone. Hey, Marianne, I'll be a gone. He won't say it, I'll say it. You know what I mean? He think he know who they are. I'm going to find out who they are. And that's how I fought. So you do some trolling, when you do that. Going to places that were talking about him negatively. Hey, Harmony. I'm telling you, I've done it. I've done it. But I could stand in and say, well, I've done it, but it doesn't make me enough. And I learned from it. I'm not still doing it. I mean, done it, guilty. Been there, done that. Okay, let's see. Have you ever lied to the law? Yes. Yes. Let me tell y'all something. I was never one of those people who said, let's go get pissy drunk and go drive. Never. Never. So make that very clear. But I was one of those people who trusted me too much and saying that I know how to do this. I know, how to drive and you know what I mean? So you knew you were the best. To me, I was the best drunk driver that I knew or the best driver when drinking that I knew. And when I was in a class and they told us to do an informative speech on something that you also want to inform yourself, I did drunk driving. And in the process of doing that, someone I went to school with and I knew got into an accident. And he was drinking. Nino, stop yourself. He was drinking, but the person who got in an accident was drunker. And he was ejected from a car and he was messed up. And to this day, he has never been the person he was before. And it doesn't mean he's not someone great or doing great. But that just like changed me on like drinking and driving. But we were so good that you could get stopped by the law and lie your ass out of something. Oh, I did this. Oh, I'm sick and I'm pregnant. It was, you'd be surprised if it happened. So I've lied to him. I'm not bragging about it. I'm being honest, sir. I'm being honest. I am. Hey, Just John. Saying that I said we did. I played the fifth. That's what Emma keeps saying. She played the fifth. The FIF fifth. Yeah, I'm gonna let you out. That's the thing. But when we're doing it that way, I'm just like you two merge. Let it be so dramatic. Stop yourself, Bubba, because that's not gonna get you out. Let's see. Sorry, I lost my question. Okay. Have you ever helped a person who was in danger? Yep. And look, I'm before I even talk about somebody else I did too, I helped myself. I was in danger. I was in danger. I was like, oh, Tana, you better bail you out. Cause sometimes I don't know for some reason when things are hard and life been messed up to you, you'll help everybody and neglect yourself, and you'll feel like looking out for you is being selfish. Looking out for you is the wrong thing because while you was looking out for you, you forgot about somebody else. But the only way I can help anybody else is if I can help myself first. So I've learned. So yeah, I've got somebody out of danger. And I've gotten others out of danger, but their story ain't mine. So I'm gonna start with mine. I've gotten me out of danger. I've got me out that dangerous spot that was gonna take me nowhere fast. Yeah, I did. I'm saying Nino's being so dramatic. Nino, we got six more questions, and you know what? You being so dramatic. Yeah, you gonna finish your six right there. Cause you're just doing immersed. You were doing immersed. He's so dramatic, but I love him. Okay, where were we? Have you ever fallen asleep in public? Now, what they mean, like at the park, at a red light? I mean, where in public was I? Was I at work? I fell asleep at work. Where you been so tired that you thought you blinked? No, I never fell asleep like somebody had to wake me up. But I've known, like, oh my god, I just dozed off. Like I am so exhausted. I am so exhausted. That's one of the times you be like, I'm gonna go to sleep as soon as I go home, and then you don't. You don't. Somebody call you. It'd be the weekend. You know what? Give me an extra hour so I can get ready. But no, I didn't. Need stop yourself, please. Because then I don't feel sorry for you when I hear you crying for no reason and that, you know. Nee, hold on, guys. Nina, you know why you're in that kennel? You're in that kennel because you would let people walk down the hallway. And for some odd reason, if you're in the kennel, people can walk down the hallway without you bothering them. Now I let you out, but just leave people alone. Let them go and walk down the hallway. Let them walk down the hallway. Stop doing so much. Y'all know he's full of it. Okay. Have you ever kissed more than one person in over 24 hours? So, in over a 24-hour span, have you kissed more than one person? Nothing against nobody, but I'm going to have to say no because I used to live by the code and I still kind of do. And some are going to say this code is stupid, but it's mine. You know, you got to know your boundaries and what you do. I think kissing is more love and passion than sleeping with somebody. So I can say there are people that I slept with that I didn't kiss because I would never didn't feel that way about them. That could be bad, that could be sad, that could be trashy to some. But I'm being honest. I think kissing is just, you can close your eyes and trust someone, and you should be able to close your eyes and trust someone you sleep with. But I know there's going to be a phase in most people's life where you're going to have relationships with people that it's not because they're strangers, but you really should not be having a sexual relationship with because they mean you no good in your life. But guilty. But nah, I haven't. I haven't kissed more than two people in over a 24-hour span. Now, I may have kissed somebody who I shouldn't have been messing with because I had feelings deeper than I should have had for them. But kissing is a real loving thing to me. Like, just me personally. So I could kiss somebody, and I wouldn't be somebody who say, oh, I wouldn't kiss on the first date. But I'd know if I kissed somebody on the first date that I was really feeling something. Just me, just me. Don't judge me now, y'all. Don't judge me. I'm letting you in my world. I'm letting you in my world. Okay. Um, have you ever climbed out of a window? Guilty. Guilty. I wanted to go to a party my buddy was having. My mom had said I could go. Then she asked about adults, and I couldn't lie and tell her like his mom was out of town. And so what I did was I went in the bathroom, like I was taking a shower, and I did take a shower, got dressed, then left the water running, and I jumped out the window. Twisted my whole ankle, so I had to kick it on this bad twisted ankle. And then, that's a whole nother story to that night. But yeah, I did it. I did it. I did it. But I'm not that chick. I'm not messing with, oh, jumping out that window? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Have you ever gone on a solo vacation? I haven't, but I wouldn't be opposed of it. I mean, I could do it. But by solo, like, do they mean that even when I get down there, I didn't meet up with anybody that I knew and I just went ahead and vacay by myself and enjoyed myself? No, I haven't, but I'd love to. I'd love to. I've learned to enjoy me alone more. I used to be unable to be alone to where you'll be around people that you probably are better off alone. You know what I mean? But yeah. But now I can enjoy me, so I probably could definitely go on a vacation alone. Okay. Have you ever gone viral online? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. And these days, it's like most people go viral online for sadness or bad shit. It's like the people who go viral online for something good, people can't even name you the top three, but if you ask somebody to name you the top three viral fights or this or that, they can name you all the bullshit. But I haven't went viral, good or bad, and I'd hate to go viral bad because I'd hate to hold that on me. All right, two more to go, guys. Have you ever had a threesome? I'm gonna put a big fat no, 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 no. And it's nothing against nobody who had one. Yes, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I think probably because I'm just a selfish lover, and I don't want to share at that time. So I'm just gonna have to put a big fat no on that. You'd probably just have a better chance of me sleeping one on one with a woman one day in my life before you'd have me, some woman, and some dude. Mm-mm. And if I ever was to say, oh, you know what, me and this guy can do this threesome with me, him, and this other girl, then I guarantee I'd be telling that same guy, you got to be willing to first do one with me, you, and another dude. And I don't want either one. So, no, I'm bad. I haven't. I don't see nothing. To each his own. I think that your sexual life should be yours, but I just haven't. I haven't. He's G5 say hell no, hey G5. Hey Dana. That's why I said. See, somebody walked down the hallway. Yeah, I see when he was in the. You want to go back in that kennel? He said no. He just wanted to bark at somebody walking down the hall. But you can't bark at nothing and then want us to listen when you're barking at something. Let me do the last question, Baba, because we in here laughing. Uh-oh. Wait, what just happened on the screen? Wait, what just happened? Okay, I know when I was looking at the question after have you had a threesome, it was have you ever cheated? I said we all pleading the fifth. We just talked about that the other day. We don't need to rehash that. Okay, here go my screen. I told you my phone screen keep freezing, and I know already. Like even when I told you all I was going to T-Mobile the other day, and I got there and my phone had fixed itself, and started working. You can't go in there when it's working because then they act like you just made it up and you just came up here for fun. And then no matter what you do, they always ready for you to do an upgrade. Come on, you don't want that 11 no more. Jump up in this 13. And I'm like, what I love about my phone is I own it and I only upgrade when I want to. I do. I do. I'm always gonna upgrade, but I'm cool. For now, I mean, I got no cracks in my phone. Hold on, there's a couple people walking down the hallway. He just might start working. Hold on, just in case. Sorry, I knew when I heard them walking. I said, "Wait, he just gonna bark." Let's just mute early. I know what he gonna do. The last question is: Have you ever gone on a public streak naked? No, but I always have thought streaking was fun. Well, not fun, but funny, and that the person doing it is so brave. Like I've seen maybe two people in my life streak, and I love to tell you they had the bodies of gods and goddesses, but they didn't. But it was so funny. And the thought was like they are so brave that not only did they do it when they ran over back to the group and talked about it, it was like put your clothes on because you're still naked. Like we were more uncomfortable, like put your clothes on, but they was still like, oh, man, did you see I did it, man? I was kind of cold, but then I started running and my body warmed up. But me, no, I haven't. I haven't. But like I said, my buddy did it once, and I was like, "Would you put your clothes on?" They were just talking. Oh man, I was scared at first. Then once I started, I was like, "Forget it, I'm free." So yeah, so no, that is a no, a no. Y'all know, I love a question that gives me a no as an answer because I feel like I'm always saying yes. I always feel like I'm saying yes. My phone is beeping like a text came through, but it's not. I'm telling y'all, my phone is just begging me to get another phone. But it's nothing like adding on a bill when you don't have that bill. You know. But yes, yes. Yeah, like I said, and that's the thing about cheating. It has so many different things where somebody will say, "Well, I've never cheated because they didn't have a physical relationship." But if I did anything that like my spouse would be hurt or feel disrespected, or I call those cheating things. So I can have an emotional relationship with somebody they wouldn't agree with, or a flirty relationship, then it's a form of cheating. It's not as bad as physical, but I don't know because I'm tossed up. I'm one of those people that honestly is like, which is worse? Oh, you know what? I'm putting that in as the question. Which is worse? Mm, no, it's not even gonna be the question. I just gotta say it. So, like, some people say like emotional cheating is worse than physical cheating, and I'm tossed because I think physical cheating is like the worst you could do to somebody who loves and trusts you. But emotional cheating is so much worse because it's like you're willing to open up, confide, trust in someone else. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one. They both are shitty. They both are shitty. My big 42 water. Yeah, but I don't know. That's a tough one. Because, like, the movie, The Story of Us, in that movie, he never cheated on his wife physically, but he had such a bond with the lady that he was having some emotional relationship with that she was just betrayed, that it made her feel worse that like this stranger is, 'cause they're a stranger next to what we are. We're married, we're together, or we know we're together. I don't know, they're both bad because in the physical side it's like I go to lay down with you and I picture you giving yourself to somebody else, and I'm like, I don't know if I can get over this shit. I don't know. I don't know if I ever be turned on by you. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know which is worse. I don't know. That's a tough one. That just made me pull out the pickles because I had to think about that one. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to do a quick have I ever because I'm like, we haven't done have I ever in a little bit. And so that made me want to do it. Sorry, guys, I'm looking for a piece of silverware. But yeah, that's what made me like, oh, I kind of want to do some have I ever and see how many I have. But yeah, now y'all got me thinking about which is worse. I don't know. I don't know. Now, like when it comes to abuse, I think like emotional abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse are all terrible. Like there's not a worse one to me because they all mess you up. See, that's why I said when the streaking, that's why I said streaking is fun. Like watching the person doing it, it's just something in it. But I know some people are like, oh, I can't believe you did that. See, Emily, like at least you had the courage to say you did it. I should have looked if you skinny dip. It's like, yeah. And that's the hard part because I remember at one time to me, like talking wasn't a form of cheating or, getting into this emotional relationship with somebody else. It wasn't because I'm like, oh, it's people that are guys. And I never even thought about like if they like me, I like them. But like we had this certain kind of bond. And I had to learn boundaries by having someone do it to you. Or having somebody you care about, like on the phone, chit chatting with somebody else so closely, and then when they get off, you kind of think maybe they're gonna do that with you, and they're not, and you realize that's a bond. That those make those unbreakable bonds sometimes. Those kind of close, and so you have to be real careful with that emotional. But none of us are perfect. I mean, and the good thing is, some people can honestly say, even if I've been cheated on, I've never done it because I don't like it. I had to come to that point where I'm like, I'm not gonna do it because I don't want it done to me. But you got to come to that point, and that's why I say, even with men, like you want a man who doesn't cheat, it has to be a man who doesn't want to. He has no desire to. He sold his oats. He good. It's just he tired of. Now I don't want you to meet him, and he's so tired of cheating. He don't even have a sex drive. No one. Nah, I ain't saying all that. But yeah, that's how cheaters start. They gotta want to not cheat. Yes, we have to. I really do. I really enjoy it. I want to also do some like throw some trivia, like 90s movies trivia, just some little trivia games, just some fun things to interact with each other, to laugh, to enjoy yourself, to just take your mind off something. I mean, hey, it's a Tuesday. It's not a Friday or anything like that. Just something to do in the middle of the day. And I hadn't done it in a week. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and do Have I Ever. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed everybody. I just went live basically back to back. So now, look at Nosy Wilson. I told you already, I got my popcorn, I got my snacks. I'm just gonna chill. I feel like chilling and watching a movie. And then, like I said, Plattfield comes on tonight. I definitely want to check that out. And I was watching that. Anybody seen that show? Uh, Seeking New Sister Wives. Anybody saw that? I just started watching it today. interesting. And sometimes I wonder if people hear about something, they say, "Oh, I'm gonna do it," but they're just doing it to just be selfish. Because I'm like, okay, even if you have a couple of wives, can you just love on them? Should you be saying stuff like, "Oh yeah," and I end up with this woman, and it was her best friend, and I took her virginity. Wait, why are you sleeping with my friends? I don't know. I thought it was a group thing. I thought we were all involved together, even with decisions. But yeah, so I just started watching it. And I'm like, oh, this is interesting. It really has my interest. And I started watching a show on TLC called I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant. I started watching that too. You said you never skinny dipped. Yeah. Yeah, and I started watching I didn't know I was pregnant. I started watching Seeking New Sister Wives. And there's another show I started watching. Well, no, this isn't even a no show I started watching. I actually just saw an episode of 600 Pound Life, but it had one of the people who came on 11 years ago. And then she had 3 kids since. She's put back on the weight. She's almost at 300. And she's just trying to get herself back. Well, she had to have surgery again. Did she have to have the second time? Because I walked away, then I came back, and then she was going back. She was going back and forth, saying how she didn't want to go to 3, and like that's the one thing. Or when she's going to see Dr. Now, she gets so nervous, and that makes her. He was like, "Well, just get nervous like that when you're gonna eat. Don't get nervous when you come to me." I love Dr. Now, and but it was a good story because it was just showing that, and like even her, she was saying how she wanted to be this inspirational speaker and speak to people about her story, but she was telling her truths about, just being the size she was, fighting with the things she fought with. She was honest about, hey, you know what? I know I'm doing more than 3 meals. I make stuff for the kids. It's not for me, but I eat off of it, just, I really enjoyed it. I'm like, I haven't watched 600 Pound Life in a while. I still watch the 1,000 Pound Sisters and stuff, but I haven't actually sat and watched 600 Pound Life in a while. And I was like, oh, so that's what I've really been doing when I've been sitting still. Like I said, we had powwow for a little bit last night. After that, when it came on, I was so happy to feel air. And then I just was watching TV till I stepped out. And then I came back in, went live after I ate something. And that's it. Then I came off of live, ran my mouth a little bit on the phone, got off of that, started watching Tennessee King, and I came back live. So now I am going to charge my computer, check out some lives, go watch Tennessee Keys from the beginning because like I said, I came in it probably, I don't know how long she had been on, but I came in there a few minutes before I started, and I was watching her until I came on. And then I saw her in here, so I know I must have caught it in the middle. I'm gonna go back, check that out, check up on some lives, see who else is going live, give some love, give some respect. Because when it hits about 9:30, I am going to get popcorn in the movie, and I want to watch something. I don't know what yet, but I want to watch something funny, something I enjoy, probably something I haven't seen in a while. So I definitely am thinking about that, and probably dropping a poll on my community wall, and that's really about it. And I will, unless something else happens and I come back tonight, I will get back at you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow. Look at me. Wait, where's he at? So full of it, y'all. Now y'all see how quiet he is because he just had to come out there. He said, "I'm not gonna sit in the kennel when I need to be barking." And I promise you don't, because he's gonna bark a couple of times and stop. But I know I don't want that sound to be too loud in you guys' ears, or I don't want, I don't want people to have to diss him. Then I gotta go out because I might diss him, because he was barking. You never know on this internet what people gonna do. But he's a dog. He's an animal, and I'm gonna let him be an animal. I'm not gonna try to make him not that he's not. I'm gonna let him be what he is. I'm gonna correct him when I need be, and I'm gonna keep it moving. But yeah, guys, thank you. Thank you for coming in here. I had fun as usual with you guys. I have enjoyed this day. We made it to another day. And we made it mostly through it. It's what, 7:30? It's up, yeah, 7:44. We made it through another day. We made it through another day. I hope everybody has a good evening. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you all. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Emma. Thank you for being there for me and everybody. I'll see you guys later. Oh, and I gotta finish doing my hair. I hate the processes. I gotta finish cutting my hair. All right, guys, I'm out.